Intriguing matchup here between two sides with European ambitions. Chelsea's. This game comes just too early for John Fleck, who's back in training, Achilles injury, while there's also a place on the bench for 17-year-old midfielder Lewis. The job he's done since he joined the club where he was a legend as a player. N'Golo Kante injured and Billy Gilmour now out for the rest of the season. The young Again, we see the support for the Black Lives Matter. Norwood has gone short and will get the return ball on top of Kepa, who comes.
Straight start, Ross Barkley, and that's the longest he's spent.
Early on here in a game, with both sides showing European ambitions, and O'Connell into the box, and Mason Mount has to put it away. And that red and white backline that have work to do as Barkley takes aim.
Negatively. Look for Jorginho to have a lot of the ball. Frank Lampard, Graham, says that he's a good pro. It's a yellow card. Norwood again, room to get the cross in. McGoldrick was there, it's come off. I think Reece James last, and it's a corner kick again to Sheffield United.
Yeah, how quickly they win the ball back.
Which he has done. Cross comes in, unconvincing punch by Aretha Balaga, and the shot over the top. Just an impasse about his future at Chelsea. What a ball that is by James. Coming at the back post is Pulisic, and he wasn't far away. He attacked it brilliantly. But it was a teasing, hanging ball by Reece James that asked many quickly. Sets about causing problems. Mount again. Pulisic is the intended target on the corner. For Chelsea fans, it's manna from heaven, isn't it? To have, arguably, Osborne combines well with Stevens.
Luck. Bit of time just allows it to settle down back.
Well, Pulisic, that was a ball that was behind Tammy Abraham, but the defender was slipping all over against Baldock, who's on a yellow card. Tried a little. It's his first action, well, as a starter, since away from one challenge. Azpilicueta offering his services on the left-hand side. That's a disappointing cross. He's a right back. Flips it nicely into the path of Willian. Another disappointing cross. Nicely worked by Berger, out to Baldock. Stage of his season, of his career. He wants a 3-year deal. Stands it up towards the back post. There's a volley opportunity here. Takes a deflection. What a save by Aretha Balaga. But McGoldrick has scored. Finally. Aretha Balaga with a magnificent save off the deflected shot. But David McGoldrick, aged 32, scores his first Premier League goal for Sheffield United. And the team chasing Europa League football for the first time in their history are ahead.
Yeah, it's really well worked goal. Good pressure. Defending Chelsea looked like they've just got nice control of the game, and then all of a sudden
James to Willian. Puts it to the first division as it was then under Dave Bassett. That's the direction that you were demanding, Greg. And Orjan Nieland took the ball into his own net. His Mount keeps the ball in play, although the Jorginho calmly dealt with by Sheffield United. Bring it under control. Tammy Abraham, an uncompromising challenge angle. Berger is the defender. But had he received that ball back from Abraham, he had plenty of space in front of him.
There's frustration there.
Wins the tussle with Jorginho, and then Barkley back to help, but well, he said Benz combines beautifully with Osborne, chips it in. The header is 2-0. What a beautiful header into the corner by McBurney. Well, it's fabulous attacking football by Sheffield United. They're making every chance count here at Bramall Lane. A shock scoreline in South Yorkshire. Sheffield United 2, Chelsea 0.
Well, as good as Sheffield United were with that break and that attack, Chelsea were awful.
Did Europa League? Well, a victory today, and Sheffield United are not completely out of the mix. Spot, little slip by the defender, and across to Powell, ringing 3 days later.
Yeah, likewise. Hand side, but Barkley really doing well. Good awareness to take the ball in.
Abraham stabs it towards Mount. Reece James has a go. Henderson with the save. Wasn't far away from Tammy Abraham's feet on the read. There's Christian Pulisic. That chip to nobody in particular. It was easy for Ben Osborne. Stevens down the line looking for McBurney. He's clattered into by Christensen. Free kick. Barkley with a lovely flick. Doesn't get it back though from Tammy Abraham. James lofts it towards the back post. And Chelsea, if there's time, will have a corner. Half time, Rebecca Lowe, Robbie Earle and Carl Martino have first half high. I think both through the form of some of his players and also
To each other a little bit, blocking each other's spaces.
Pulisic was making that run down. Into the penalty area. Sander Berger's around the corner. That was by McGoldrick and Osborne. The former Nottingham. Zuma's header. Alonso on the edge of the area wins his back a couple of times. Cross in towards Pulisic. It's Alonso who gets a header in. It's a goal kick. I remember a win at Tottenham. There's Pulisic. Fouled by...
Really well, keeps his run going. That forces Rudiger not to press.
The cross, McBurney back to goal. Prods it back towards Osborne. Good. Zuma's header clear. As Piliqueta can pick his spot here. Abraham loses the give and go with Willian. Forced wide. Manages to wrap his left foot around. James, better from Chelsea. As Piliqueta, Christian Pulisic again. Abraham going to the near post. Comes the corner. And there's some room now for James again. Tammy Abraham went for the header. Egan was strong. Egan wants the goal kick. Only done by Norwood. And Chelsea have a free kick. And Sander Berger is not happy with himself.
Ross Barkley's trying to...
Former Bournemouth striker. And Stevens is in the penalty area, causing problem. Abraham was offside in that run, but here's Giroud, slices a volley just wide. I think he was onside. It was Abraham who'd gone in behind. His first touch was almost spectacular.
Yeah, it's a great
stand up for him. Lovely bit of skill. And he finds Pulisic. Left-footed effort is blocked by one of three Sheffield United defenders in front of Zuma. Forward towards Giroud. Zuma and Giroud did well. Tammy Abraham has to be careful here with Osborne. McGoldrick couldn't find Alonso again, who's in a good position on the edge of the... Osborne has room to send in a cross to the near post. We've had a long interval, of course, due to the league. Can he make something happen? As Piliqueta sits up nicely for him, takes a deflection and wide. With Henderson diving to his right-hand side. It's a corner. Willian to take towards the near post. Possibility on the far post for Tammy Abraham. It was Rudiger who got the flick on. Diagonal ball looking for Giroud. He was looking for Tammy on the penalty spot virtually. Curled in. Is it too flat? Goes toward... Just switch over to NBCSN. Brighton against Manchester City at peacocktv.com. The cross comes in across the 6-yard box. Chance here for McGoldrick, 3-0. And that should be the points for Sheffield United. He hadn't scored for 27 league games, David McGoldrick, and he gets 2 against Chelsea. Are Sheffield United making a late dart towards the top 4? A poor day for Chelsea. Chris Wilder's team in dreamland. The Blades lead the Blues 3-0. Just after the end of this Premier League season, they're also in win at Bournemouth would definitely go above them into third or back into third. Giroud with the header straight
as well.
And it's cushioned off by Abe. Loftus-Cheek with the header. Space here for Hudson-Odoi. Stands it up. Can't find
Spray.
It's Mousset to make it 4 for Sheffield United. Well, it was a lovely dink over the goalkeeper, but it was narrowly wide.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what do they try to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
Oh, good interception.
And here's Roberto Firmino.